If you're a contractor who's tired of crappy marketing and you don't want to rely on someone else and you want to be self-sufficient and you don't know where to start, this is exactly for you. So my name is Leighton. I'm the co-founder of Contractor Scout. We are a contracting growth partner helping contractors generate more qualified booked appointments every single month. And we spent hundreds of thousands in marketing spent across many markets in the US, averaging a 25x return on ad spend, meaning every dollar that our clients spend, they make about 25 back. And in this video, I'm going to be going over exactly how you can get started getting leads in your contracting business using Facebook or Meta ads. I'll be going over the exact copy strategies, the market research, step by step, so you can build a profitable ads campaign for your business without any of the BS in between. Let's get started. Awesome. Let's get right into it. So before we start, I want to talk about why Meta, why Facebook, why Instagram specifically, why not Google, why not TikTok, and why not YouTube? And all these different platforms, they all work, right? But one of the easiest platforms to get started in and to get a lot of leads coming in, a lot of volume to get your feet off the ground would have to be Meta. So if we look at the data here, there's about 3.8 or 3.58 billion family daily active people across its core platforms. So that's Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. And if we're looking at just Facebook and we're looking at the demographic of homeowners, there's over 280 million users on Facebook from ages 18 to 55 plus, and about 66% on average of those are all homeowners, meaning about 185 million people are on Facebook daily that are homeowners. So it's a really big platform. There's a lot of people on there compared to Google, TikTok, and YouTube. Google and YouTube are more tailored towards higher intent buyers, but you're going to be spending a lot more money. You're getting a lot less volume. So it's good to utilize if you're trying to get your feet off the ground to use Facebook and Instagram and then work your way up into these other platforms. And TikTok is a valuable platform as well. And it's slowly growing right now. But right now, the demographic is primarily the younger audience, which in the future, once we have a next wave of homeowners, then it'll be a lot more viable to be used as a marketing platform. So in this video, we're going to be specifically talking about Meta and Facebook. So how we can set up your campaigns and the steps and the processes that we take similar to our clients, but in a much easier way for you guys to understand and set up. So this is more tailored towards if you've tried Facebook before or you're a little bit more tech savvy in setting these things up, or you're willing to learn, this is the exact video for you. So let's get right into it. So one of the most important things getting started out is doing the proper market research and actually understanding your customer and your market before you really build anything out. One of the biggest problems I see out there is when people are running Facebook ads, they kind of just throw up whatever and see what sticks. And sometimes it does work, but if you understand your market and you understand the little niches, the little things, the homeowners, what's going on, how saturated things are, what kind of angles people are running, then you can run much more profitable campaigns and set yourself apart from everyone else. And so these are the four things that we're going to need to use. If you're a contractor and you don't have enough time to set all these things up, you want someone to manage your campaigns for you, set up an actual profitable system that is managed 24/7 for your company, then click the link below, book a call with us, and we can go over exactly how we can help you out and see if it's a right fit. Back to the video. You can either use Claude or ChatGPT, because I know a lot of us or a lot of you guys might not have a degree in copywriting or have read copywriting books or have spent years on marketing research, right? So we're going to make this as easy as possible, and we're going to show you guys how you can use and utilize Claude or ChatGPT, which is these are two very popular AI platforms you can use to write out actual winning copy. And I'm not talking about just telling it, write me Facebook contracting copy for roofing, remodeling, or home builds. I'm talking about building out a proper market research plan to actually plug into it and prompt and build actual winning copy for your business. And then we're going to be also using the Facebook ads library. So this is basically kind of like a catalog of all of your competitors' ads that are running in one website. So what we're going to do is we're going to use it to see what your competition is running, how many ads are actually active in your market, and what we can do to set ourselves apart from that. And then we're obviously going to be using the Facebook Ads Manager. In this video, I'm not going to be going up over how to set up the account or anything. I'll briefly go over it, but I'll be making a separate video, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to set up the Facebook Ads Manager. It's really easy, so we won't waste any time talking about that today. And then we're also going to be talking about Zapier, which is an automation software that's really, really easy to set up. Once you just create an account, pretty much what we're going to be using it for is whenever a lead comes in, we're going to be able to set up a sequence where we can send out automations or text to you or an email whenever a lead comes in, so you can get in contact with them in the first 5 minutes. So let's dive right into it. So the first thing we want to do, obviously, is to create a Google Doc right here. And what we're going to do is, real quick, I'm just going to make this pageless so it it's easier to type on here. I'm going to put a line here. So first thing we're going to go on is the Facebook ads library. So I have the ads library opened up right here. All you have to look up is Facebook ads library, and you click on the first link. And what we want to do is make sure you've selected the US and then all ads. And for this example, we're going to use Florida. We're going to use Orlando, Florida as an example. So let's do Orlando roofing. And pretty much once you look it up, you can kind of gauge what ads people are running on here. So there's about 110 active ads with this keyword search for Orlando roofing. So this market is competitive. So we now know that there's 110 different ads. Doesn't mean there's 110 different companies running ads, but there's about 110 ads in here. And what we can do is we can look for what ads are winning, and we can kind of gauge what the market's turning towards. So one of the biggest things we want to look for is when the ads started running. So if you can see right here, for example, let's look at this this company over here, Integrity Roofing and Gutters. This has been running since April 22, 2026. And not only do we want to look out for how long it's been running for, we want to see if they have a landing page and things of that sort. So if there's a button down here that says Get Quote, we can click on that. And with this, it sends them directly to the website. So there's not necessarily a landing page. So I would assume whoever built out this ad just kind of threw up together a quick graphic and then connect it to their website, which it can work if you're trying to get just engagement to your website. But if you're trying to generate leads, you need to have some kind of form or a landing page. So we want to look for specifically those kind of ads, because this could just be an engagement ad. So we see this copy template a lot, actually, right here, this starting at copy. And with the video, most of the time this is from another agency. So this is from Panther Roof. We're going to go ahead and click Learn More. It looks like they do have a landing page with a couple of questions. It looks like they don't have text here to know what to put in. Yeah. So we want to look for the higher quality landing pages and things like that and see how long it's been running for. This has been running since November 13th, 2025, which I assume if it's getting them good results, they're keeping it on there, or they're just letting it run, but their landing page isn't too well built out. It's kind of all over the place and there's not labels to the address. So we'll keep that one in mind. So what I'll do is actually take this copy right here and I'll copy it and I'll put it into this. And we're not going to use it. We're not going to copy it. We're just going to be selecting ads and copy that has been running for a while so that we can gauge the market pretty much and what's working. And then we also want to put down this ad's been running since November 13th. Running. Five. And we're going to continue looking. Another similar angle right here with a video. And it's been running since March 11th, so about a month, or 2 months actually. So we're actually going to copy that since it's up there. And the reason why we want to do this and we want to look for the dates, because these guys are spending money every single day. And if your competitors are spending money on a specific campaign, it's a lead generation campaign, then you know it's working. So if we click on the landing page, just take a look at it. They have a landing page build out with questions. This one flows a lot better than the last one. So we want to copy that and paste it in there as well. And we want to say it's been running since March 11th, 2026. So you want to just do this for about 3 to 5 different ads that you see that are viable, that are kind of different from each other. These are two a little bit similar. So you want to do that real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll get right back to you. Awesome. So we've got a couple of extra copy put in here with the dates, and the more you guys can get, the better. But for the sake of this video, to keep it shorter, we're just going to use 3 different examples. And once we have 3 different copies, or a couple of different copies in here, the more the better. And once we have multiple different copies in here with the dates, what we're going to do is now we want to actually figure out what the demographics of this market is like. So we want to know things like how many homeowners are in this market, how many, or what percentage of homeowners are renters or own their home, what's the average age for homeowners, a range in this market, and what is the average income in this market. And by having these questions answered, and I'll show you guys how to get these questions answered pretty easily, it'll give you an idea of what demographics to target, what angles to put out there, so you guys are getting higher quality leads. So what we want to do is want to copy these right here, and right now you want to open up a new tab and type in Claude.ai. So this is basically an AI that can help you do market research. It can help you build copy. It can pretty much do everything besides generating videos and pictures. So what we want to do is tell it, hey, I have a couple of questions for you. I am doing market research in Orlando, Florida, to run Facebook campaigns for roofers. We are looking to run ads to attract high quality homeowners for my roofing business. So here are the questions, and I'll just paste the questions in here. Give me direct answers. Just like that. And it'll go through different websites. It'll go through the web. It'll find all the information you need to basically get the information and the market research you need for the demographics. Awesome. So there's roughly, so the Orlando, Kissimmee, Sanford MSA has a population of 2.79 million people, 1.1 million in total households, 63.1% ownership rate. You're looking at 694,000 homeowner households in this market. Renters versus owners. The homeownership rate for Orlando MSA is 63.1%, so 60% own, 37% rent. Average age index national pattern holds here. The sweet spot for roofing customers is 35 to 65 plus. And the median income of $80,353, led by someone 45 to 64, earn 81,000. Average income in Orlando is 102,000 in 2024, 72,000 with medium 72,000 for your ads. The average $102,000 is a more useful number, reflects the upper income households like pull the trigger of the roof. So yeah, now you have the information you need. So we're just going to copy it over so we have it, and because we're going to build a big prompt for Claude here afterwards. So what we're going to do, how many homeowners? About 694,000. So we're going to go back to this and paste it there. Renters zone, rent, so we copy that, paste that there. The average ages, 35 to 65 plus. Beautiful. And the average income, medium of 72,336. Awesome. So now that we have this information, what we're going to want to do is we're going to take it from the very top and we're going to go to the bottom and we're going to copy all of this, and we're going to go into Claude again. We're going to say, okay, now I want you to review this copy that is currently running in the Facebook ads library for the Orlando market. I want you to pull useful things from the copy. I've put dates on how long the copy has been running for. It is now May 15th. If the roofers are running them for that long, it means it has to be working. What I want you to do after reviewing the copy is then to create our own copy that is tailored to this market that will set us apart from our competitors so we can run Facebook ads. Also, give me headlines and descriptions for the copy paired with it. So, and then once you kind of prompt out something like this, you guys can copy exactly what I said or build your own prompts. You just paste in that information right there, hit enter, and just wait. Cool. And now it's just going to give us a breakdown of what's working. Price anchoring against 50K normal expectation. Every ad does this. Owner personally builds trust. Anti-big company. Overhead narrative. Lean savings pass on to you. Own crews. No subs. Financing as a hook. Credentials as proof. Own cornings. Platinum. The gap that you need to exploit, the fair price lean operation angle, is now completely saturated. Panther Roof, World Class Roofing, and a Popcut family business are all running the same exact story. The market has seen this. You need a different wedge. Reynolds' biggest wedge, no one touching a storm damage, insurance, and speed and reliability. Florida homeowners are acutely aware of weather exposure. Hurricane season starts June 1st. Nobody's speaking to that. So now it's going to build out multiple different variations of copy. And what we're going to do is we're going to select 2 of the best ones that we think might work. And obviously you guys want to edit this to match your company, but in this case, I'm just going to use what they give me just to speed things up. So let's do angle 1 and angle 2. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to insert this here, paste it here. What we're going to do is we're going to fix the spacing a little bit to help it easier for people to read the ad. Perfect. So now that we have a general idea of what copy to use, obviously you guys should tell it to continue to generate different variations until you find something that is suitable to your company, and you want to make edits and adjustments to it to actually match your brand and things like that, because you don't want to mislead people with wrong advertising. So, but let's just say we've done that and we've gone through the copy and different variations. Like for example, if you wanted, create me more variations, all you have to do is tell it that, and it'll just write more copy for you. So once you kind of go over maybe like 5 minutes of this and you're like, okay, these are the 2 I want to test the most, depending on your budget. So if you want to do $50 a day, which we recommend to everyone starting out, you can do 2 different copies, and we'll split those into 4 different ads. And then with those, for example, you do $100 a day, then you can test 4 different copies and then 8 different ads. Yeah. So it'll generate multiple variations, and you can just pick the 2 best variations that you think will work the best. You can read it, imagine yourself as a homeowner. That's one of the best psychological things you can do. Is a lot of the times, if you're a contractor, you forget what it's like to be a homeowner. So you want to try to visualize you being the homeowner, reading this out, and see if it hits you as someone that's local in the area. So once we have the 2 copy, the next thing we want to do now is actually go into the Facebook Ads Manager. And like I said, there's many videos out there showing you guys how to set this up. It's really simple. If you already have it, then great. If not, there's plenty of videos you can watch on how to set up the business manager, the ads manager, but it's really simple. First things first, make sure you have a Facebook profile and a Facebook page for your business. And what you want to do is go onto business.facebook.com and sign up using your main Facebook profile that's connected to the page. And then it'll take you to a business manager. And then from there, if you click on ad accounts, you can create an account and it'll take you to something like this, which you put in your card details for the actual ad spend. So now that we're in here, we're going to use our own personal account. Set this up. So you want to click create, and you want to click leads. Cool. You can name it anything. Let's just name it ABC Roofing Company here. And then we're going to do campaign budget optimization. This makes it a lot easier, and you're trusting the algorithm more than your own. And this just makes it simpler and less management to do if you're starting out at first and you don't have someone doing it for you. And if you're running any financing ads or things like that, then you do have to click financial products and services. But in this case, let's look at the copy real quick. Yeah, so we are good. There is some financing, but it's not the main angle, so we won't get flagged for it. So we're going to do $50 a day. Everything else, you kind of just leave it alone. And then this, name it Orlando, Florida, roofing, broad. And we just keep the page there. And to start off, if you guys don't have website builders or anything like that, we'll keep it really stupid simple. We'll use instant forms, and then we'll show you how you guys can actually receive those leads later in this video. Make sure you've accepted the lead ads terms, so it should have something that pops right here. You just click view terms and accept. This allows you to actually advertise using lead forms. So as we scroll down, make sure dynamic creative is off. It's default off, but sometimes Facebook likes to turn things on. And we'll do audience. So we want to click on this. We'll type in Orlando, Florida. You find it right here as a city. And then you can adjust your radius depending on how far you want to travel out. I recommend doing as far as you can go and then subtracting it by 5 miles, because sometimes the radius goes outside a little bit if people are driving by. So let's say if you had a 50-mile radius, I would do 45. And it should cover that area for you. And anyone in this area, Facebook will basically, what it'll do is it'll find segments in the area of the low-hanging fruit of people who actually need your services. And then we want to uncheck reach more people like to respond because we want more control over this. And for audiences, we want to keep these alone. Placements, Advantage Plus, we trust the algorithm now to figure it out, and most of the time it gets it right. So it's really simple once you have that set up. We actually want to click further limit the reach of our ads right here. I'm going to do further limit the reach, continue, and based on the data that we got from before, if we go back to our doc, the age range was 35 to 65 plus. So we want to adjust it to that. So we're going to do 35 to 65 plus. And we want to uncheck use as suggestion and keep it strict to that. And once we have that set up, we just want to review everything, make sure it all looks good. And we're going to start creating out the ads. So right here, I'm just going to name it ad 1. And then we're going to go to the copy we created right here. So I'm actually going to edit the copy. Let's just use, hi, my name is John. Been roofing and replacing roofs, let's say for 10 years. Make sure everything is on there. And then we want to copy that. So while we're building the ad here, you might be wondering what pictures, what images should I use? When starting out, I recommend just using pictures of you and your crew, people on a roof, smiling, thumbs up. You really want to have that element of friendliness to it. And it could be you. Video-wise, videos do perform a lot better. So one of the biggest things that I tell our clients to do is we would have them walk on a roof with their phone. It's really simple, just like this with a selfie angle, and basically saying like, hi, my name is, let's say, John. I've been running this company for XYZ. Well, we are a local company here. We do great work, great service. So if you're looking for a roofer that you can actually trust, then click the link below and book a call or book an estimate with me, and we'll show up and we'll give you all the details. Something like that. Whatever, the more creative you can get with it, the better. The more you can show your personal size, who you are as a person, how you run your company, that sets you apart from other people. So for example, one of the biggest things that we did for one of our clients out in Texas, and this is a very, very competitive market in roofing. If you're located in Texas, you know, she was a woman-led company. So we decided to take that angle, and we found that there's a subsect of audience that, let's say, that are homeowners that are women that are more comfortable with a woman showing up to their door to provide with them service. So we decided to lead with that because we saw that unique proposition from her company, and then she was woman found, woman led, and we used that angle to pretty much put it out there saying, hey, we'll show up, we'll do this, and it's her talking on the camera, and we decided to go with that, and that crushed it for her. So if whatever it is, whatever is unique with you and your company, if you have a dog, you can make a selfie video with your dog. If you have a kid, you can be holding your kid and you can be like, this is my little roofer, things like that. Homeowners love that. The biggest thing they want is someone to show up with trust, because the trust in the contracting industry is really low. With a lot of stories that homeowners hear, these forums, these nightmares, these things that happen, they tell each other, even if it hasn't happened to them, they've heard it from another family or friend member, or a chuck in a truck, or these guys who show up and do these roofs for these homeowners, storm chasers, and they just sell them, get them to pay, and then they don't do the roof, things like that. So they want to know that you're a legitimate human being, especially if you're in a more competitive market where a lot of these things tend to happen more. You really want to find something unique about you and your company that you can talk about on a phone and use that as an ad creative. So in this example right here, I'm just going to use a picture of my business partner in front of a couple of shingles. So we're just going to use this as an example. And then here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually add our copy in. So we're going to copy this, we're going to paste this in the primary text, and then we're going to go to the headline, copy the headline, put it in there, and then the description. And Facebook likes to create like this AI copy, and it's kind of annoying, so you just want to uncheck it if you want control over your campaign. And then call to action, we're just going to do, usually get quote and learn more work the best. So we're going to do learn more, hit next. Image generation, you guys can skip this and just hit next. And then for Advantage Plus creative enhancements, we want to turn all of these off. So Facebook likes to just turn on random enhancements, which can get annoying at times, but you just want to turn it off. Hit next. And if you want your ads translated to Spanish, you can, but usually I turn it off unless you can speak Spanish. And then just like that, we have one ad set up now. And now, so you want to make sure these are unchecked. See, It's really annoying. Um, Perfect. So now we want to build out an actual lead form. So if we scroll here, and basically what a lead form is just how we're able to capture their information. So they see your ad, they click on learn more, and a form pops up and they can put in their name, details, and things like that. So right here where it says destination and instant form, we want to click create form, and you can name it roofing form or remodeling form or whatever it is that you guys are servicing. This isn't public, so it's more so to just keep track of what forms you guys have. And then we want to do turn off flexible form delivery, and we want to do more volume. Then we hit next. So the headline and the description should match your other headline and description. So I'm going to copy that, put that there. And this is a really important thing that I see, because if your headline and description in your form doesn't match your copy, then when people click on it and it says something completely different, then they tend to be like, oh, this is not what I signed up for. So they completely click off. So it needs to really match. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it needs to be attached or matched to the actual copy. But in this case, we're just going to use the same headline and description. You guys can do things like get your roof inspected, or it's related to hurricane season, things like that. So now we'll go to questions. And then we want to keep it very simple at first. Now, if you have the time to get the volume in at first, just to test different ads and see what's working, you want to keep this pretty empty and just have their email, phone number, their address. So we could go here and click on street address, zip code, uncheck that. We want to organize it, full name, email, phone number, street address, and zip code, just like that. And message, enter your information so we can reach out about your inspection, something like that. Another thing I also like to add is we won't share or sell any of your information, so some people are skeptical about putting their information on here. Obviously, if you don't do that, then put that there, but that helps out a lot. But in the beginning, we want to keep this fairly empty and simple. You're going to get some leads that are quality, some leads that aren't quality, but the whole point of this is just to get as much data as possible, especially if you don't have the softwares and services that a marketing company has. This is if you're doing it on your own. It's to make things a lot easier, and you have a larger pipeline to start with. And if you have more time to call these leads or these people coming in, then I would do this. If not, then what you can do is add qualifying questions right here, and you can just add questions like multiple choice, for example, like how soon are you looking to get your roof done? And then you can add in answers like ASAP, urgent leaks, and then this month, next month, not sure. Things like that. And you want to make it really simple. I usually don't do any more than 4 answers to this, because then it clutters the form. But you don't want to do too many questions. The more questions you do, your lead rate drops off a lot. I would try to keep it anywhere from 3 to 4 questions. Less is better for volume. But if you're getting a lot of volume from less questions and you want higher quality, then you can just add more questions to have more friction in there. This basically then retrains the algorithm for people who sign up and knows to target higher quality people. But to start out, I would recommend just keeping it as short and simple as possible. And then we'll click next. And then you just put your privacy policy in here. So I don't want to put in the actual one right now. So we're just going to put a placeholder. And then this will be the ending card. Here, what you can do is what I like to do is you can click call business. And then you can put your phone number in here. So after they fill out the form and they want to get in contact with you right away, you can leave another call to action. You click call business, and you can type in your phone number here. And all I have to do is click call now, and they can call you directly if it's an urgent leak or if it's something else. But in this case, I'm just going to leave it to go to website to make it a lot more simple. Just like that. And you can also do connect with leads on Messenger. So whenever they submit, there's an automated sequence in the background of Facebook that just sends them a message on Facebook Messenger, and you can start a conversation that way as well. But we're going to leave that off for now. So you can leave a description there. Click publish. Awesome. So now that we have a lead form, now that we have an ad, what you want to do is you want to just duplicate this another time, and you want to change the picture, right? So you want to click quick duplicate. And then we'll name it ad 2. And And from there, all you have to do is scroll down, click on the delete button, and then add in another picture. And you want to do that same process again for 2 more times. You want 4 total ads. And once you get to add 3, right? Add 3, then we're going to want to put in this other angle, the second angle. So we're going to split test these 2 angles against each other and see what's going to be winning the most. So let's say we've done that already, and we have at 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll name it at 3, angle 2, at 4, angle 2. This just helps it make it a little bit easier for you guys to see what's winning and what's not. And then once you have those built out, you're going to be running $50 a day for, I would say, at least a week, right? And you have to be willing to lose the money you put in to know what actually works. And let's say a week later, let's say angle 2 is performing. Let's say angle 2 is getting us a $20 cost per lead, or add 4, angle 2 is getting a $20 cost per lead. Add 3, angle 2 is getting a $60 cost per lead. I'll still keep these 2 running, but let's say angle 1, so add 1 and 2, are getting like a $100 cost per lead or something like that. Or it's really high. Then I'll turn these 2 off so that the budget gets distributed to angles 3 and 4. And the reason why I don't want to turn off the one that's doing $60 as opposed to 20 is because we want to not fatigue our audience, and we have 2 ads running so they actually support each other. And then pretty much, let's say, you've been running ads for about a month and they slow down, right? And when I say slow down, they actually like really slow down and it just stops working. What you want to do is duplicate the ad, right? And the original campaign duplicate. All you have to do is change the picture. And you can do this 2 or 3 different times before the angle gets burnt out. And then you go through that same process again and build a new copy. But since you're doing this process, it's really simple. You really only have to check on it every once in a while. If it slows down, just take a look. And if it slows down for a week, I wouldn't touch it too much, because sometimes how Facebook's algorithm works is you have a subset of audience right here, and they find the low-hanging fruit first. And afterwards, then they'll start looking for other segments in that radius to see where the rest of the people that are looking for your services are. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time. And if you start off the ads too early, then it resets the algorithm and you have to start over. But yeah, that is how you build the campaigns and the ads and the testing strategies you have behind that. And the next thing is actually building out a sequence to receive the leads. So what we want to do now is we want to go to Zapier.com. This is basically an automation software. And what you're going to want to do is create an account, and you can use a free account here. I think you can have a couple of automations for free. So what we want to do is click create in the top left corner, and then we want to click on Zaps. And what we're going to do is create an automation for whenever a lead signs up, you'll get an email of their name, email, phone number, all those things like that. So you can know to call them. So we're going to click on trigger right at the top right here. Look up Facebook. We're going to click on Facebook lead ads. We're going to choose an event. New lead instant triggers when a new lead is created. Account, and then right here, you're going to go ahead and sign into that same Facebook account. So I'm going to do that here real quick. Perfect. And then we're going to click continue, configure. Then we're going to select the page. You look up your page right here. You're going to select that, and you select on the form. And it's that same form that we set up earlier right there. We're going to click continue. We're going to test it and to confirm your trigger setup. We'll find our recent leads in your account right here. Perfect. And we're going to click continue with selected record. And now we're going to do Gmail. Or you can just use Zapier's email as well. So we'll do that to make it a little bit easier. So you'll look up email, you choose an event, send an outbound email, continue. And then you're going to type in your own email. So I'm going to type in my email. The subject, new lead, call ASAP. Right there. And then what we're going to do is put in the body, so the actual text, so you know who the lead is. So we're going to do name, email, address, phone number. And then you're going to put a slash, and you're going to find full name right there, email slash, email address slash, phone slash, I'll look for the phone number right there. From name, you can be like Facebook ads, and continue. You can test it or skip it. I would test it real quick, see if it works. And then you're going to want to check your email. So I'm going to go on my phone real quick and check if we got it. Perfect. So if you can see here, I don't know if you can see, but we got the email. So whenever someone signs up, you have the sequence built out right here. And once you're done, you just hit publish. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to receive random emails, but you just want to hit publish and it should be live and active. So once you launch your campaigns and whenever someone signs up, you will get an email with all their details. And one of the biggest and most important things, especially running social media ads for any platform, is to call these leads as soon as possible. Statistically, after 5 minutes, if someone signs up for something, a service, after 5 minutes, the lead pickup rate drops by 900%. So if you're able to call that lead within 5 minutes or within seconds of them signing up, that is the best. They will pick up the phone and you'll have a much higher chance of actually booking them into an appointment or even getting on the phone to talk with them. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. I hope I was able to provide value for you guys. If you guys have any questions or any specific concerns on how to set any of this up, go ahead and reach out, comment down below. But if you're looking for someone to set all of this up for you and actually have automation sequences and have our copywriters build out actual copy for you that's tailored to your market, and you don't want to do this on your own, then click the link below in our description, book a call with either me or Aiden, and we can go over your market and see if this our system can actually work for you. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you find value in this, please subscribe, leave a like, a comment down below of what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video.